Welcome back to part 2. I had to finish doing my Canva book page here so I could actually see what I'm doing and reading. Whoa, too super zoomed. Too super zoomed. That's too super zoomed. So, little Cindy Lou Who caught me in the act. Where was I? Pause. I wonder how this is going to work if I use more music, to be honest. Okay. This actually kind of works. Canva. So. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter who got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said, "Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree?" But you know that old Grinch who was so smart and so slick? He thought up a lie, and he thought it up right quick. "Why, my sweet little tot," the fake Santa Claus lied, "there's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear, and I'm fixing it there, and I'll bring it back here." And his fib fooled the child. Then he patted her head and got her a drink, and he sent her to bed. When Cindy Lou Who went to bed with her cup, he went to the chimney and stuffed the tree up. Then the last thing he took was the log for their fire. Then he went up the chimney himself, the old liar. On their walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire, and one speck of... And when he took all the last food in the house, he left but one speck of food that was even too small for a mouse. Then he did the same thing to the other Who's houses, leaving crumbs much too small for all their Who mouses. It was 1/4 dawn, and all the Who's were still in bed, all the Who's were snooze, when he packed up his sled. Packed it up with their presents, their ribbons, their wrappings, their tags, their tinsels, their trimmings and tappings. 3,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip-top to dump it. Pooh-hoo to the Who's, he was grinchily humming. They're finding out now that Christmas is not coming. They're just waking up, and I know what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open, and all the Who's down in Who will call boo-hoo. Who? That's a noise, grinned the Grinch, that I simply must hear. So he paused, and the Grinch put a hand to his ear. And he did hear a sound over the snow. It started low and started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. This sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry, very. He stared down at the Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes and shook at what he saw in surprise. For every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, were singing without presents. There were no presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came somehow or another. It came just the same.
Welcome, Christmas. Bring your cheer. Cheer to all who's far and near. Christmas is our task, so long as we have hands to clasp.
And the Grinch with his Grinch feet, ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled. 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe, perhaps Christmas means a little bit more. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville, they say that the Grinch's heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light. Actually, let's be a hero for this part. Why not? He whizzed with his load through the bright morning light and brought back the toys and the food and the feast. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville, they say, the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, I apparently copied that twice. He brought back the toys, he brought back the food, he brought back the feast, and then he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beef. I hope somebody enjoys this. I'm having fun. I'm gonna upload this and I'm gonna send the links to the kids. Alright, happy solstice, everybody. See you guys soon.